moms coming to you from MILF Estates. And we have a lot to talk about this week because, oh man, look at Annabelle's jacket.
Victory Monday.
Yes, right? I mean, it was such a great game. Anyways, I like to say, I kind of wanted to say I was coming to you from Disneyland, but I'm to the point where I actually hate Disneyland now. And we're going to talk about that. Annabelle, I came over to the dark side.
Welcome to no, this is not the dark side. Adult Disney people are the dark side, okay?
Oh my God, I realized, I'm like, why would an adult even go to Disneyland if you had no kids? I'm like, this was miserable, miserable.
I won't even go with kids. It's the worst. My threshold, if you paid me $1 million to go for one day, I would go, but for no less money than that. Because there's not a place I would hate to be other than a cruise more than Disney.
Well, so we were there chaperoning a bunch of kids, and we'll get into this in a second. But I was just like, but they're like high school kids. They're not going to hang out with their like old, mom over here. And so here I am by myself, and I'm like, this is boring. I'm like, why does an adult even go to Disneyland? I'm like, just no. Although there is alcohol in California Adventure, so if you can, suck it up and go over there and sit in the wine bar, it's pretty good.
Wait, they don't have alcohol in the main park?
They do now. Like I think in Star Wars, and I tried to get in the bar there, but it was like 30-minute wait. And I'm like, oh hell no, I ain't waiting 30 minutes to get a drink. No,
like only one place in all of Disney you can get a drink, or is it just all like crappy beer the rest of the way?
It's not like California Adventure where you can kind of go and get like an alcohol almost anywhere.
I've never been there either.
Okay, well, so Disneyland didn't have alcohol for the longest time, and I think now, like when they did Star Wars Land, they now have like a cantina where you can get it, and then there's also I think at some other like nicer restaurants in Disneyland you can get it, but I mean, I don't got time for that. I just need a drink.
Yeah,
if I'm around a bunch of like screaming kids.
Yeah, the idea
I've been to Disney World once.
Were you sober?
I mean, I was in the 11th grade. I was with the band.
The
band goes. I'm sure you were very well behaved.
Actually, you know what? I was very well behaved, and I don't like fast rides. So I told my friends, like, do what you're gonna do. I'll watch. I'll cheer for you. Yay! You're going on a fast ride. Cool. I'll watch. Get a snack.
All right, so we can get into all that, all the things I did not like about this weekend and all the fun stuff. But anyways, we have so much to talk about, like, because there were so many exciting games yesterday, and then there's 2 games tonight, which is confusing. But anyways, also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us on YouTube here, or you can find us at Spotify or Apple. And don't forget to leave a comment, question, and a like on these channels, plus Twitter or X and Reddit and Instagram. So come over, come see us. All right. So before we get into all the fun stuff, Tris, you got a snack for us?
Yeah, that is the fun stuff. What do you mean before?
I know. I was about to say, I'm starving. I almost room service ordered an omelet, but it was going to take too long and it would interrupt the podcast.
That's right. Annabelle's still like in a hotel.
I picked up 2 crunchy tacos on the way home from Taco Bell, though. So I just ate, technically. This is my little snack after food.
So
wait. Hold on. You've already had a crunchy taco?
I had 2 crunchy tacos, yeah. I've been craving the tacos with lettuce on it. Usually I just get the meat and cheese. Yeah. And I don't know why. Something about... I like salad and lettuce, but like never, on a taco. I don't know what.
Is this at Taco Bell?
Yeah, Taco Bell. Yeah, they stopped serving breakfast at the one by my house too. It was very upsetting.
Breakfast at Taco Bell.
Yeah,
how do you
they
eat
had crunch
meat? Like in the daytime when you're not like drunk or hungover, how do you actually eat that willingly? Because it's really like, I mean, I'm not being like a food snob or anything, but the meat is foul tasting. And
it's not real. It's not real, right?
Right.
Isn't it like it's almost like that fake meat.
It's like cooked pink slime, I think.
It's like don't they just like dehydrated meat and they add water to it? It's like, ooh, now we got real meat.
Well, I'm gonna keep enjoying my fake meat.
I'm just wondering, like, does it actually taste good, or is it like a nostalgia thing? Okay.
Well, if you put
I think
sauce on it, anything tastes good.
I don't put any sauce on the ones with lettuce. The ones without lettuce get mild sauce. The ones with lettuce are perfect, exactly how they are.
Oh my God. Okay.
All right.
Okay,
well,
my snack.
We're gonna just chalk it up to okay.
My snack is a Kinder Bueno. You got me this.
Oh, nice.
Annabelle. I just hadn't eaten it yet because I don't think I've actually had a Kinder Bueno by itself. When I was in Beverly Hills and I was door dashing something before I had surgery. God, why they have childproof this thing? There's this place over there.
Tris proof. It's Tris proof.
Yeah,
snack proof.
There's this place that has all these really dirty named desserts. It's like some like dessert shop or whatever. I don't remember what the names are. I'll have to look it up. But anyways, they had like chocolate sushi, and there were Kinder Buenos like wrapped up in these little crepes, and then they had fudge and all kind of other stuff.
I buy those at Costco, like a box of them for my kids.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my daughter picked out your treats like that. Mm-hmm. She knows. She'll like what I like.
Yeah, this is true. Why?
There's a bunch of Nutella made a bunch of new snacks now. Like it's Nutella in different forms. Ooh. There's like some in between shortbread cookies. There's some in like a
I saw that.
I saw that breadstick, but it's like a thin crispy shell. It's good.
Crispy, creamy chocolate bar. Okay, I'm gonna see. Kind of like a Kit Kat with like extra filling. Is that what you take from it? It's very.
I don't even know. Like I don't remember if I've eaten that or not. Honestly, I try not to be.
I would recommend to a friend. It's good.
All right, that's good.
Nice.
And you worked out, so good for you.
I did. I had leg day today. Oh gosh, I was dying.
Nice.
That's okay. Making up for it now with some tacos and some Kinder Bueno.
Oh geez. Well, I walked around Disneyland and I got my 20,000 steps.
I was gonna say, how many steps did you get?
Oh yeah. And then the day before, 18,000 at a track meet. And God. Let me tell you,
did you participate in the track meet?
Oh, I did. Okay, I'll tell you how I did. Because going from the start line to like another area where I could watch, and then to the finish line, I had to run, like literally run. And like at one point, like, and I did it twice, actually 3 times, because we had other like kids and, you know, a group of moms. And so like, we're literally like, as soon as we see them, like we're running to the next place and then like running to the next place. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm like, this is why I don't run anymore.
It's a lot of effort.
My knees were hurting. Yeah.
For when I'm like, I'll see you at one point along the way. That's all. Or you're at the finish, the start and the finish, and that's it. I'm not going in between. That's too much effort.
Well, the meet that we were at it had thousands of kids. Like there is kids from, because it was in Southern California, there's kids from Oklahoma, South Carolina, Texas, Utah. I mean, all over the United States. So it was like this huge, huge meet. So it was, and then it was all like scattered. So that usually a lot of these meets, like the start and the finish are pretty close together. You know, you might have to just walk in between to like the halfway point, but no, this was like way. And so
were they not running on a track?
No. Okay. It was like a 3-mile course. And
is this cross country? Oh, it's because it's cross country season.
Yeah, it's cross country. Yeah. So, and it was at night too. So they didn't run until 9 o'clock at night.
Oh, well,
and then the last race was at 10 o'clock at night. And then of course, you know, a bunch of high school kids are like, you wrangle them all up and they're like, well, now we're hungry at 11 o'clock at night. And I'm like, you fools, I have been up since like 7. I'm going to bed, but you can't, because they're like, well, can't we like, you know, in and out for like, let's sit in an outline for like 45 freaking minutes.
Good for the heat though. You don't have to be hot as it.
I don't go to In-N-Out. I hate going there. I mean, I like the burgers. The fries are trash, but my kids always want to go there, but I will not. So that's like go with your dad, or when somebody else's parents are driving you to your games, you can go with them, because I will go.
But the nice thing about In-N-Out is that you can get a lot of food for pretty cheap. I mean, like the hamburgers don't cost that. Why? They're good.
No, they are, but it's most of them near us anyway are so crowded that and I will never go through the drive-thru, but you can't even get into a parking lot near them in some places. So it's like you got to park way over here and walk, and it's just so much extra time and effort that I don't want to put in for fast food. Like if I'm going to put in all that effort, I want something that's really delicious, that someone's going to actually come serve me, not that I got to walk a mile and get it myself.
I think I've been there like one time in my life.
Oh, it's delicious.
The burgers are good, but their fries are really not good at all. You
have to get their fries like well, which makes it a little crispier.
No, it doesn't. All it does is make them too hard on the outside.
Oh my God.
Why is there a doorbell ringing?
Because one of my dogs knows how to press the button when he wants to go outside and it makes a little doorbell sound.
Really?
But yes. But he's too smart for his own good and he presses it when he just wants to go sit by the pool and think about life. And I'm like, stop checking around. Like,
is it a doorbell or is it purposely a dog thing that dogs learn how to do?
It's purposely a little dog.
Okay.
But it's a button that we put on the ground. Minnie has no desire. She doesn't even acknowledge anything. Ridge is like an actual dog, and he watches TV, and he'll press it was super easy. You teach him how to press the button, which is helpful because, he at least follows.
He's an actual dog, and he watches TV. Is that what you just said?
Yes.
That's not what dogs do. They
don't know how those go together. I don't know how those things go together exactly, but I do know my cat likes to watch TV. He actually, if we leave him at home and the TV's on, he'll change the channel. I swear to God, I don't know change the channel to the Hispanic music channel. Like I'll come home and for over a year now, at least half the time he's changed the channel to Hispanic music. And I'm like, okay, I guess you like what you like.
Yeah. He likes the vibe.
All
right.
And he likes to eat some Taco Bell,
Well, he likes to eat anything. Like,
oh my gosh,
human food. He really loves the food.
Yeah,
he's so cute.
Cute.
He's getting a little fat in the hotel, I think, because he's not playing as much and he sleeps under the bed all day, and he's always wants to eat. And I'm like, 2 weeks in a hotel is going to be bad for him.
Yeah, that's not good. Well, you can put a little harness on him and take him for a walk.
Well, we do at home, but he's cats really can get stressed out by any change to their environment. So most people are not taking their cats with them on vacation the way you would take a dog. It's better to just leave the cat in its house and someone comes in and feeds it. So it's already a lot of stress for him. So we haven't been taking him out here, but when we get back home, we will. But and he likes. It's so funny because he'll try to run in a house, but then once he gets out there, he's just kind of looking around. But the funny thing about him, he'll walk, but if you try to walk in front of him or even with him, he hisses at you. You can only walk behind him. And so my daughter was testing this out. She'd walk up next to him and it'd be like, and she'll pull back and then he's fine and he keeps walking. But if you get near, even with him, he stops, turns, and hisses. So he's in charge, I guess.
Yes. Hey, Tris, so before we get into football, how was your sound bath?
It was, I enjoyed it. I would do it again. It was a full hour and a half. And when I went in there, it was so relaxing. It was very dim. And then, those little machines that kind of put little star designs and stuff on the ceiling. There were several of those. So it was just very calming. And there were all these different instruments like chimes. There were gongs in there. And then she has all the seats spread out so she can walk around. And she had one of those rain sticks, you know what I'm talking about? From
yeah.
Where you yeah. So it looks like a wood. Well, most of them I think look kind of like a wooden, like a branch or something. But when you turn it, it's stuff goes through it and it sounds like rain. I don't know if I passed out or if I left my body or what. Maybe both.
Were you laying down or sitting up?
Yeah, I was in a chair that lays all the way flat. I don't know how to do that.
And there's other people in the room with you?
Yeah, there was 7 or 8 other people in there, and it was super quiet. All you could hear and it wasn't a bunch of sounds at once. It was you could hear her passing you with the rain stick, and then you would hear the gong, and then I don't even know if she
Are you sure you weren't high?
I definitely wasn't because I had to drive there, and I don't.
Okay.
But
no, but I don't know if I would want to be passed out or leave my body in a room with other people in there.
They were leaving their bodies too, so we were all gone. But I woke up. It felt like 10 minutes. I say I woke up. I opened my eyes, and it felt like 10 minutes, and it was an hour and a half already gone. So.
But are you sure that no one did anything inappropriate when you were when you left your body?
Everybody in there was 60. I don't know why the young people aren't doing these sound baths or whatever, but when
they're this seems weird.
Right? I don't know. It felt like when you sit up and you've just had a long massage and your body is super, like everything's super relaxed. I was also really sore from the gym that day. So it was like my body was relaxed, but the muscle soreness was like intensified, I guess, which I get that way if I take a migraine pill. It's really weird. Like my body feels kind of jello-ish.
I get weird from Imitrex. I get weird. It's almost uncomfortable and super sensitive on my like fingers and toes, like to heat and cold, and it's tingly and weird. It's not pleasant.
Yeah, I don't know about I sort of offset mine with a little bit of green. Take time. I don't know why it balances it out a little bit, and then I take a nap.
That's good,
of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was fun. I really wanted to hear singing bowls, and I don't know if she did singing bowls or if I was in another realm during the singing bowls, or
is the bowl the thing? The bowl's the thing that Dumbledore put his face in, right?
Yeah. No, we're talking about their big bowls. And
I know. We talked about that last time.
Okay, but I am a little bit concerned about you passing out or leaving your body. I mean, there could be a thing where you fall asleep because you're so relaxed, right?
Yeah.
But
I mean,
your body on
I don't know.
Strangers?
No.
Did you look back down at your body and look at yourself and be like, this is like
I didn't realize. Oh, go. It reminds you of what? I was just going to say.
No, keep going. You keep going, then I'll say.
I didn't realize. So, I wore that shirt on the podcast that was tied up in the back and I had those little black pants on. And I just thought it was a cute outfit. And then when my boyfriend got home, he was just like, I can't even focus. Like, and I was like, yeah, I tied it tight enough so I didn't have to wear a bra. And he's like, you're in my head. Cause I was just thinking, I don't think she's wearing a bra.
Like, you wore that to the sound bath?
Yeah, because it's comfy. I was just laying in a chair in the dark.
So, I mean, are you sure no one did anything inappropriately?
I don't know.
There was no like vapors going through the air. I mean,
they're probably like, that's not even a real person. Nobody can look like that. That looks like somebody manufactured her.
It's a Trispot.
Nothing was missing from my bag or anything like that.
Okay.
Oh my God. I would never be able to relax. I'd be like looking at these people around like, this is
I don't know. Yeah. She was like, you may cry, you may laugh, you may fall asleep. That's okay. And I was like,
cry?
What are those? I don't know.
I know.
It's like ayahuasca is trending on Twitter this morning. I opened I opened it up and I was like, why is ayahuasca trending? And it's basically, I don't know what started it because I don't care enough to really keep going, but it's all these videos of people talking about, they're having this experience, but they're like going out in the jungle and vomiting and like dirty hands. They're pouring dirty water on them to cool them. I'm like,
no.
Why? Like,
I'd rather just do a shroom.
Right. And they're like,
in my clean house.
They're telling people you're not supposed to do this. Is like exploring psychedelics. That's not what this is for. It's for like deep trauma healing or something, but I don't want to heal trauma that bad to go through that. I mean, no way. and you can see these people, the people that are running the, whatever they're called, camps, I don't know. It's like they're running their hands all over their body. Like I cannot imagine tripping out and vomiting and there's strangers putting their hands all over me. Like that is the most terrifying
I would do that with somebody that I trust. Like, yeah, I wouldn't just go.
Right. But
that's one place I wouldn't do like with random strangers. Doing a sound bath is one thing, but
yeah, that sounds way less sketchy than the ayahuasca. But I was thinking about that because I just was like, well, what is this training for? And I was like, ugh.
I'd go with Aaron Rodgers and go on a little retreat together.
Yep. No. He's definitely into that.
Yeah, he is. I don't know that I have any trauma to heal. Maybe I do. I just don't.
Yeah, just tell him I can go with you. I can help you. I can help you heal your trauma.
I'll help.
All right. Let's get into like what happened this weekend. And Annabelle, I am so happy that your Rams won. Sorry, producer Matt, but I'm so happy.
I was surprised.
I will say though,
everyone was surprised.
I was in the car early in the morning and drove all the way in from LA. So when I got home, the game had already started. I passed out part of the game through the game because I was just way too tired, and then woke up and I was like, oh my God, this is like such a good game. I literally could not keep my eyes open. So,
wait, y'all drove back early then.
Oh, I wanted those kids. I wanted to leave at 7, but we left. They said 7:30. We were out. We were in the car at 7:38. I was like, we're going.
That's good.
We were hitting that road. Oh yeah. I mean, I didn't want to hit traffic, right?
Gosh. Traffic was so much worse last night than it ever has.
Oh yeah. So LA traffic is not good. So yeah, it was.
Well, apparently there's a Nicki Minaj concert at the Forum last night, which is near SoFi, because as we were trying to leave there, Matt's like, is it always this bad? And I'm like, well, it's bad, but this was like extra, extra bad. So, I mean, normally getting there is definitely traffic around the stadium, but I like the 1:00 games because there's not other traffic normally on Sundays, unless there's some huge event. So it's not that bad getting in there. And I like to go early because I hate traffic and I hate being stressed out. Like, I have a whole like weird ritual, of course, because I'm neurotic, but I like to be able to get my drink and my food, go to the bathroom, everything way before it gets crowded, because once the food places get crowded, I don't want to miss the game because I'm standing in lines. So
okay, hold up. You said your drink, like one? Like,
well, I like to get a drink right when I get there. Well, because normally I have to drive from the stadium. Yeah. So when Matt goes with me, I took him last year to the 49ers too. He drives. He's a built-in designated driver. And also I'm like, this is how you repay me for being nice, is you do the thing I hate the most, which is driving.
So you can have 2 drinks.
I always have 2 drinks. I'm not double fisting it because that's not pleasant. But
in the sense of, I don't want to have to go back up to the bar and get like another drink, right? So I'll take the max they'll give me. So I don't. Well, sorry.
Yeah, but I don't want it to be hot or watered down. So normally what I do, because I usually get there an hour early, so I get a drink right then. And then I drink that. Then before the game starts, I get my second drink. And then I just slowly enjoy that, usually for the first 1 or 2 quarters. And then I just drink water after that. And I pretty much do that anyway, because I don't enjoy feeling drunk. It's not pleasant at all. So, I have my 2 nice margaritas and then I'm good. And then I just drink water. So.
Are they good margaritas? Like, are they?
Yeah, they're really good. They have, there's a really nice tequila bar right outside where we sit. And they have all the nice tequilas. So I get a Cadillac margarita. Yesterday they had Don Julio Reposado was the tequila they were using. I mean, they had several options, but that was one I chose. I mean, they're expensive. It's like, I don't know, $40 for a margarita, but I don't care. It's good because I don't want to drink crap. And I don't want to drink something that's full of a bunch of margarita mix where it's like sugary and stuff. I don't like that either. So, and they also have a whiskey bar outside our section. So, right outside, there's that bar. And they have all those great tequila drinks in there. And right here, it's more of an inside kind of bar with some seats. And they have a bunch of really nice whiskey. So, I'll tell you guys a funny story. So we were in the bar I had gotten a margarita and a club soda, and Matt had gotten a water. And so I'm trying to go put my credit card in the thing, and I hit my club soda cup and it starts to wobble, and so Matt grabs it to try to stop it from spilling and spills the entire margarita and club soda all over the bar. It immediately starts pouring this way towards us, like onto our feet. Thankfully, I don't think it got on either of our Jordans. Matt had on his red Jordans that we gave him for Christmas. But then I was like,
worry about. You're not worried about like trying to lick it all up and be like, I gotta save this.
Are you serious? You're licking a bar? That's foul. I mean, they'll give you another drink. Jesus Christ, that's awful.
They're like, calm down, lady. We'll make a new one.
I'm just joking, but I don't know. I just like, it'd be kind of funny.
No, we were trying to wipe it. We were trying to grab some napkins, and I, were like, give us a towel. We'll help clean it up, obviously, because we made a mess.
The straw.
And
right,
so gross.
So put your cup over there and start like getting it in there.
Well, I did take all the ice. I did that with all the ice.
Somebody else
on the house.
Some whole 49ers fan.
Here, got you a drink.
Hey, here you go, Matt. No, I'm just kidding.
Bleep that out. Matt's not an a-hole though. Matt's not.
He's not.
No, but you can give it to somebody else. Like, hey, I got this free drink. Do you want it?
Dude, some of these people are the worst. I don't know. I haven't even looked up to see what kind of fights happened yesterday. I know there were some. There was one kind of over from us. And I'm always amazed because like it's really expensive to go to an NFL game. No matter where you sit, it's not cheap. And so if you're a season ticket holder and you get in a fight, you can lose you'll be banned from the stadium. You lose your seat license. Like, it's a big deal. But even if you just say buy some tickets, okay, you spent, I don't know, maybe $7.50 a ticket, maybe more depending on the game, to sit in the end zone of an NFL game. And then you're going to get drunk and throw your beer at someone, which your beer probably costs $30. So basically you miss the game, you get banned, and you can't ever come back. Like, just to get in a fight. Like, why would you spend all that money just to get in a fight? It's so dumb. I don't understand people.
I don't understand that either. And that
there were these old ladies in the bathroom. So I saw them before the game. So where we sit, there's often families.
What's old?
Like gray hairs.
Like our grandma age. One of them could have been like my mom and then her mom. Matt, you're
watch
so rude.
Watch that. I'm gonna be 50 pretty soon, so I'm gonna talk about old.
So before the game, I saw these two old ladies, and I thought it was Nick Bosa's mom and his grandma, but then because she looked like her, but then I looked up his mom, and it wasn't his mom. But they both had on Bosa jerseys and a bunch of fancy jewelry, so it was like ostensibly that could be related to players because there's often visiting players' families sitting near us. So I saw them in the bathroom, and they were talking a bunch of shit in the bathroom. Well, then after the game, there's like a line. We're in line for the bathroom. There's this Rams fan in front of me, and these ladies are talking shit again, and they turn to the girl in front of me, and they're like, I mean, at least you guys finally won one. And I was like, we have the same record. What are you doing right now? And that girl was like, for real, why are you trying to start a fight in the bathroom? We're all just trying to go home. Like, old ladies. Like, I was like,
old ladies trying to get wild.
Y'all want some smoke right now? Because, I mean, I might be 45, but, I mean, they're at least 40 years older than me. And that girl in front of me was real fit and younger than me. So I'm like, are you kidding right now? Like, what are you doing? But
did you get your hair tied out and start, like, putting your hair back?
Well, we're ready. No, I mean, I always have it on my wrist. You got to be ready to go. But I was just so confused. Like, in slow motion, like, what is happening? Because, you expect it from, like, drunk people out in the concourse yelling and stuff. But these old ladies, from an just
80-year-old woman.
And she was being, like, sarcastic and rude in her tone. And I'm like, but we literally have the same record and we just beat you. So how are you? I mean, no one expected that outcome, to be fair.
But you have to remember, old women, kind of like Grandma Poindexter, sometimes don't give a S, and they'll just like, it will just kind of come out, and they're not even really thinking about like, the consequences of like what they're saying. They're just like, it just kind of, and they don't care. They just really don't care at that age.
I know. I don't care either. So I'll be like, F you to an old lady. I don't care if you're old. I'll tell you, I'll tell you off because you're being rude. Like, we're just chilling here trying to go to the bathroom. Like, calm down. Okay, but the game was amazing. I thought it was going to be a blowout, honestly. I swear to God, after they scored their second touchdown and we had those 3 and outs, like, they were warming up Jimmy G on the sideline, I swear. And we're like, okay, it's going to be that, which is what everyone expects. The Rams are literally on, they had, I don't know if it was 9 starters out. 9. Okay. Because everybody's like, oh, the 49ers didn't have Debo and Kittle and CMC. I'm like, okay, the Rams didn't have Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua or an entire O-line. So I don't understand that argument. Like, sorry that, I mean, nobody expected that out of the Rams. Sure, it's shocking because the O-line has been so terrible. But you know what? Dude, Matthew Stafford, he is such a dog. Like, when he goes to this, like, dark place, and I love it because you can see it happen, where he's just like, he's going to steal your soul. And it is really fun. I mean, seriously, it is fun. I don't talk in that kind of hyperbole a lot, and even some of the videos and photos they showed that have been posted on social media now, you see it. And like when the rookie kicks the winning field goal, Matthew's just like, it's like not the elation you would expect, but he's like so dark and twisted, and I love it. So that was a real good one. He has,
kind of like somebody else I know.
Oh yeah, that's probably why I love him. But he's also a really nice guy, whereas I'm not a nice person. But he's like a really wonderful person.
You are a nice person, don't you?
Right? I don't know.
You're very lovely.
You're just sassy. You're a little
Pleasant?
spicy and sassy.
Pleasant?
That's all.
No.
Pleasant.
It was a great game, and honestly, if Brock Purdy's receiver caught that ball, it would have been game over. That Bell guy, he had 2 big drops yesterday. That was more, and also I've seen a lot of people criticizing Brock Purdy, which I don't understand because he played well yesterday.
Yeah,
I think he wasn't great the first 2 games, like he was fine, but actually, if you look at his stats, like it was not on him yesterday. I don't think he wasn't bad, in my opinion.
No, I mean, there's no reason for that receiver to not catch that ball. I mean,
yeah,
none.
I mean,
it was right there. Like, and that's your job. I mean,
you jump, it's in your hands. You have to catch it in those moments. And if you don't, well, that's on you. I don't think that Purdy, they're like, oh, see, Purdy's just this, but no, I don't think so. I don't think that was on him at all. I think it was on the special teams for not stopping that Rams guy. Was Xavier Smith, who had that punt return that put him in good field position. Like, and Rams had last year, I think that they had the worst special teams in the whole NFL. And so to see the change this year and have such positive things on special teams happen yesterday was really nice, because it's been pretty dismal in that regard for the Rams.
Well, isn't that, I mean, they just signed that guy.
Yeah, he's a rookie. Right? He's a rookie. And if the Rams
that was like his first time out there on the field too yesterday, right?
No.
Okay. I haven't been following the Rams too much, but I did see that and I was like, damn, that
well, no, he said he didn't practice all week because he had like groin issue, like groin tightness or something. So he'd hardly practiced all week. So he wasn't like comfortable and in a rhythm, but he still went out there and did his job. And it was nice because, you know, there were games last year where, I mean, because the Rams ended up being pretty decent last year. If they had competent special teams, they would have won a lot more games because they were missing field goals and, you know, they couldn't tackle anyone on special teams. And it was a total disaster last year. So it's nice to see, as much as they have a lot of problems this year too, it was nice to see the special teams looking a lot better yesterday. So, oh, and one of my favorite thing that happened is, so after the game, you know, they post when you win, they post your locker room thing after, and McVay's giving out the game balls, and he doesn't give one to the kicker. And I'm sure he just, whatever. He's all hyped up and yelling because he's one of those guys. He's a little extra. Well, so he gives Matthew Stafford the last game ball, and Matthew comes up, takes it, and he shakes his head, and then he immediately is like, "Where's Cardi?" And so he gives the kicker his game ball, which I love. He's like a classy, good leader like that. Like, I was like, oh, if I had emotions, I would have like a little tear maybe. Because then everybody starts chanting the kicker's name, and they're all like, he's the last one they're all happy for. So that was nice because, I mean, that's a big deal. Even though it wasn't a long field goal, it didn't look like it should be a hard field goal. It's a lot of pressure.
Hey, where's Cardi at? Where's he at?
Yeah.
There's plenty of guys that won't make them. I mean, the 49ers kicker also missed a field goal. I mean, it was farther one, but still. Mm-hmm. So I think
our Kansas City kicker missed a field goal. I'm just saying all I'm saying is that it happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Sunday Night Football?
Dude. Man, I went 8 for 8. I had the best picks I've had. I was like, yes. And I'm like, for sure, I've got the 49ers. Okay, there we go. I'm going to be 9 for 9. And then the Dolphins started it off with their shenanigans, and I was upset. And I was like, man, so close to a perfect day.
I mean, I'm so sick of the Chiefs. Sorry. But I mean, this always happens with any team that's like going to be a dynasty. We hate it. But my God, like I thought, and the Falcons, that was more the Falcons lost the game, honestly, then, because Pat wasn't even out there being his like necessarily superstar self.
No, I mean,
that was the Falcons lost that. I mean, and I thought too, I was like, Kirk Cousins is like rolling this year. He was looking good, and then
he was in the first like half. He was really good.
Yeah, he like had the fumble, at least one. I don't know, because we were driving back to the game and in traffic for forever, so we had it on the phone in the car, so we couldn't see like all the little stuff that happened. But that was a real disappointment. I was like I've never really cared about the Falcons, even though I grew up there, because they've always been just lame.
Yeah.
But you know, I like Raheem Morris. You know, he was the Rams DC before going back to the Falcons, and I like Kirk. So I was like, oh, maybe they're going to be all right. But that was pathetic right there. Pathetic. And the other thing that I questioned, okay, so we know Kirk just came back from having his Achilles ruptured. And in the first game, he looked real gingerly, like not putting a lot of weight on it. If you're in a situation where you're 3rd in inches or 4th in inches and your quarterback can't sneak, and there's quarterbacks like that. Matthew Stafford doesn't sneak. Patrick Mahomes doesn't sneak. They've been injured. Kirk can't sneak. Why would you not put your draft pick, Michael Penix, in there to do a quarterback sneak, or have like a fullback go in and catch the snap and do like, why would you not do that? Why would you just try to run a dumbass play instead of just using this quarterback you drafted high? Like, why would you not want to use that? It's super weird.
No, because they knew exactly what was going to happen. Kansas City did. They knew exactly he wasn't going to sneak it. So they were just like, okay, then so they're going to run it. So we're going to stop them. I mean, so you're right.
Why would the Falcons not do that? Because inches, you could get inches in a tush push with literally any person holding the ball. It doesn't have to be Jalen Hurts and Jason Kelsey. It could be anyone. Just push them across. Like, come on. So that was kind of dumb.
It was, especially because it was so close, and that could have been that would have been a game changer right there. Yep. But you know,
oh well.
All right. Do we want to talk about like them not calling a certain call on the game too? Which they didn't call pass interference, which I thought it was on the Chiefs. And it should have been.
Oh, that absolutely should have been. I did see that.
That should have been too. So, I mean, as much as I love my Chiefs, I'm like, ooh.
Chiefs always getting the calls.
But because last week there's that video where.
Give more money to the refs. Or to the.
She's admitting it. There was the one last week where it looked like the ref was going to grab his flag. And then it was like in his mind, he's like, oh, Chiefs, wait, actually, never mind.
I was just scratching. I had an itch.
I was like, man,
that or the one thing like we were talking about last night is like, why are these players allowed to wear yellow gloves out there? Because like I can't like it's.
I didn't think you're supposed to wear.
It's distracting, yeah.
Right? Because you're like, is that like a flag or is that someone's hand? Like sometimes,
right?
You know.
Well, I thought there's certain things like you can't wear uniforms that are color of the end zone, but there's been some other things like that where I'm not just talking about the Chiefs. When I kind of thought things were a certain way, but then I realized I don't really know the rules because I didn't think you were supposed to be aware of certain color gloves either.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't know. I just think I find it really confusing sometimes. Like when I'm doing something and I look at the screen, I'm like, why is there yellow like on the ground? Oh, it's someone's gloves.
Yeah. Or why can't you see there was something, I think it was in the Rams game against the Lions where when Matthew threw his interception in the end zone because the dude literally, and if you look back at the camera angles that Matthew would have seen, it literally looks like you can't even see the guy because his uniform literally blends in perfectly with the end zone. It was interesting. I'm not saying that's why he threw the pick, but it was somebody kind of suggested it and showed those camera angles. I'm like, wow, that would be tricky when you're just kind of glancing. And if you don't really, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I know nothing about quarterback reads, but like,
right?
Fuck, I can't tell what that is. There's a person there. What?
Well, okay. So tonight I'm kind of confused. Why do we have two games on a Monday night? I'm like,
that's how they did it last year too, I think.
Was it for the first? I mean, they did a couple times. So tonight we have
whose games?
Bills
are tonight?
And who's it? Hold on.
Oh, the Steelers didn't play this weekend, did they? So they've got a
Bills and Jaguars.
And
Bengals and Commanders. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, the Bills are going to beat the Jaguars. The Jaguars are not looking that good.
No.
And
I'll root for the Bills.
Yeah, I don't remember who
I like Josh Allen because he's actually my my fantasy football quarterback. So he better win. I need those 22 points. What? Don't give me that.
As soon as someone talks about their parlays or their bets, their fantasy, I immediately space out because I'm like, I could not care less about that.
Oh yeah. All right. So I don't know. I mean, do I want to talk about like how much going back to Disneyland, how much I realize that I'm just over it at this point? I mean, I think it's fun.
Like, I think revisit it.
I don't know. I don't think so either. I think
ended it.
I'm just gonna say it was fun when my kids were small, but as like they're teenagers, no, I don't need to go. I don't think to ever go back to Disneyland.
Did you actually enjoy it when they were little?
I did. I think I enjoyed the fact of being with them and doing things with them, but now they don't really care. So I mean, why should don't know. I just don't.
But it's such a hassle. It's such a hassle and so much effort dragging all the kids and all that crap around. Like,
well, okay, but this is the part I'm really upset about with Disneyland. I've always gone at Christmas time where it's really beautiful and everything's decorated, and I've always wanted to go at Halloween. Halloween sucks. I mean, it's like I was expecting more decorations, and there were hardly any. And I'm like, they make this huge thing about like, oh, it's all decorated during Halloween.
I thought they had a huge Halloween thing too, because my one of my bosses, they used to take their kids every year for Halloween.
Yeah, I think it was not. I could have decorated a lot better. There was hardly any decorations, and you couldn't even get in the haunted mansion. You had that as like a virtual wait. You had to put in a queue, and I was like, "At the heck, what?"
Boo.
Yeah, so
see,
like,
that's the other thing about going there is you have to like. I know the kids would go for like end of year trips sometimes. And it'll be like, oh, you got to go in here and get on this wait list. And there's so much extra stuff you have to manage just to do anything once you get there. Like, yes, you have to purchase the ticket, but then you got to pay to be on this list and pay for this fast pass or something. Or you literally never get to ride the ride. Yeah. Like it's just constantly different stuff.
Upselling you a lot of money to get on a ride.
It's not even just upselling. Upselling, yes. You know, I don't like being nickel and dimed, but also it's just the more administrative tasks you have to do to get into anything. That is a huge barrier for me because I am unwilling to put in that type of effort for anything. Like, I'm not getting on 17 different lists and managing them. No.
If the castle was real, I would go back to Disney World, but it's not. It's a sham. It's a little half wall that you walk through and it's open air. So you know what?
But you know, at least Disney World's castle is huge. Like when I was a little girl, I remember being in Disneyland. I'm like, oh my God, it's so big. And then when I went as an adult, like at 20, I was like, that's it.
But Disney World one is big, right?
It's
the one in Florida?
Yeah. It's really tall. This one in LA is like tiny. It's like a little tiny thing.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, which one
it looks like you're going to walk into a castle. Yeah, the Disney World one. I mean, you walk through into this. You think you're going to walk into this cool ass castle, and it's just like
but I think you can actually stay the night in it.
No, there's no building.
No, there is up above. You can stay the night there. I've seen there's rooms.
Why would you want to do that? That's weird.
Some people like to have Disney weddings too and dress up like a Cinderella. I don't know, and then you can actually get the pumpkin carriage too and everything.
Okay, I might do that. I'd wear a Cinderella dress.
Yeah, but you don't.
Okay, Annabelle's not coming to your wedding if it's at Disneyland.
No, you can have that somewhere else. You don't gotta
train some little birds to fly around and do what I want them to do.
That'd be nice,
princess-ish.
I mean, I would totally be into that vibe. Just don't make me trek through the park in high heels and a dress to go to some weird Disney wedding.
We're riding the carriage around, girl. What are you talking about?
We get to go to the carriage too? Okay. Well, I don't know how big it is. Is it really pulled by, who pulls it, mice or something? I don't know. I can't remember.
No, it's
mice turned into horse. Yeah.
Okay. I knew mice were involved somehow.
All right. Well, the saving grace at Disneyland is that there's downtown Disney, which has a ton of like bars and restaurants. So that's kind of the saving grace.
I thought you said there was not bars inside except for.
Okay, well, hold on. So there's like a Disneyland, then there's a California Adventure, and then they have a downtown Disney with a bunch of shops and restaurants. So it's like the huge like resort. What? It's part of the resort. What?
The parks. There's two separate parks. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. Yeah, there's two separate parks.
What's downtown Disney? Is that like between them or something?
It's like, kind of between them. And it has like a bunch of restaurants and like shops and you've never been? Well, we need to go. We need to take you.
Absolutely not. Are you serious? Why would I ever want to do that?
Let's go to Universal. Okay, let's go to Universal and go to the Harry Potter.
Honestly, you know what? No. What I want to do is
Harry
go
Potter,
to a spa.
Right.
A spa. That's what I want to do.
That's the thing. I don't want to. It's too much effort for nothing I enjoy. I mean, I do love Harry Potter, but unless Harry Potter is a real thing in real life and I can do magic and all that stuff, I don't want any part of going to a theme park. Because I can't ride roller coasters because I have arthritis and a bad back. Last time I went on a roller coaster at SeaWorld, it threw out my back. And for weeks, I had a pinched nerve. And my physical therapist was like, what were you thinking going on a roller coaster? I was like, I don't know. I didn't know it'd be a problem. I hadn't been on a roller coaster in like years. So it didn't occur to me.
I'm not doing a roller coaster unless I'm like also bringing a J with me to do ahead of time, but
but I can't do that, so there's no point. Like a roller coaster is fun in my opinion, but I can't do them, so why would I go to a theme park? I think dressing up is dumb. I don't enjoy a lot of people around me.
Okay.
The only time I go anywhere around people is for sports.
Yeah, I don't like a lot of people. That's true. It's the only downfall.
Okay, we got to wrap it up because I got a meeting in a second. So,
all right.
Anyways, it's fun. So I think our consensus is Annabelle and I are not going to be going to Disneyland or any more resorts. We're going to.
I will go to Trish's wedding though.
Yeah,
if she has one, and hopefully it will not be a Disney. But I would go as long as I.
No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be a Disney for other reasons, but yes.
Yes.
As long as I can ride in a carriage in my heels, I would participate.
Yes, right?
Yep.
All right. So don't forget to follow us on Apple, Spotify, or listen to us. And you can follow us on YouTube, Reddit, X, Twitter, Instagram. And hey, leave a question. We haven't had a fan question in a long time. I haven't even checked to see if we have a fan question.
I know. I need to make a post on Twitter. Remind me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And
we'll be back with more snacks.
I'm about to order some food.
Yes, order some food.